Somebody wrote me, Jennifer from Alaska wrote me asking how to do behind the back weave. And I asked her, I'll make you a video answer if you make me a video question.
Okay, Nick, this is me, and I can do these weaves. I can do the front weave, but behind the back, I'm clueless on.
Behind the back weave, I've been asked this many times and I've been meaning for ages to write or to answer. It's not as hard as you think. It takes some work. And one of the first things to understand that a behind the back 3-beat weave is actually the same as a forwards 3-beat weave in front. So take a look at this for a sec. This is a forwards 3-beat weave in front. Let's see how it's right over top and left over. Each hand, if you follow the green poi, it's going over and under and back. And over and under. Each hand is doing that. Over and under and back. And then if you see, if I turn around, you see that it's actually the same thing. Right, goes over and under and back, over and under and back, over and under and back. Knowing that helps to know what lead-ups to do. It helps you know what's going on behind you. So that the steps for learning a backwards behind the back weave are actually the same as learning a forwards 3-beat weave in front. So then you can just think to yourself, well, how did I learn the forwards 3-beat weave in front? And most people, you probably learn it with one poi, and you learn to go over and under and back, and over and under and back. And then you learned it in the other hand, over and under and back, and over and under and back. And then you took 2 poi, and you probably started like this, going over and back, and then you went over and under, and there you are, 3-beat weave. Behind the back weave, when it's behind you, it's harder because you don't have as much, your motor skills aren't very good there. So that's one of the first things you need to do is to sort of play with your motor skills behind you. So there's a few extra stages in how you learn behind the back weave. A couple of them are just about developing your base level motor skills. This is so important. As you can see, I'm grabbing my wrist, and I'm learning to cross one poi just like you do this. And again, notice that this in front, this is forwards in front, is the same as backwards behind. And in each case, I'm trying to keep the cross point in the same place. And in both cases, I can do it with the rocking of my body. This takes, takes a little bit of time to learn this in front. It takes more time to learn it behind, but it will help you with everything if you can do this. So that's something to work towards, and that's a really big step, is learning to cross one poi. And at first, it's going to be awkward. It's just, let the poi hit you. It's okay. Just, you got this. That's stage number 1. Next stage is with each poi. Another way to get motor skills behind you is you start with a poi like this, slowly turn your back to it until you're wrapped up all the way. That takes a while. Don't be frustrated. Just it's really a base level skill, and it'll develop you just play with it. Patterns come quicker than base level skills. What you want to do is in time, you'll learn to do that way. You don't have to perfect this to do behind the back weave, but it's nice to start experimenting with it. So even just learning where your blind spots are will help you. So with each hand, play with this a little bit. And maybe you'll only turn to here. That's okay. Just start playing with it. In the long run, you want to be able to wrap up all the way. And then with 2 poi, start to play. Keep your rhythm and your planes straight. Keep your planes right on the tracks. And then start to learn to wind up this way and this way. Once you can wind up all the way this way and all the way this way, you really are having some skill behind you. And that's what allows you to actually do the pattern. So those are motor skill lead-ups. So that helps you develop your coordination back there. When you start to learn the actual move, really good series is once you can cross one hand behind, you do 2 poi at once. So you get them both spinning backwards split time, let one cross behind while the other crosses in front. Then the other way. Then alternate. Right behind, left behind, right behind, left behind. And you're keeping your planes as parallel to the sides as possible. So make everything as tight as you can. Right, and you know, take steps, take baby steps. So once you can do this, you're actually really close. If your left does an extra, your right leads. That's actually a nice way to get into it. But we're not quite there yet. The next important step is this is where it becomes just like learning the forwards 3-beat weave in front. Is first you learn to cross over your arm and back, and then under your arm. You can think at inside of your arm and back, and then over and under and back, over and under and back, over and under and back. And you do that in both hands. Over and under and back, over and under and back, over and under and back. And then we've got 2. You know, the lead-ups are all the same. Just like a forwards 3-beat weave, you can't initiate over. The first hand across has to go under, and that gives the other hand the freedom to go over. So to go into a 3-beat weave, you go under and over and under and over and under and over and under. So it's going to be the same thing behind us. The first hand crosses under, and that lets the pattern start. So my first hand is, say, my left hand crossing like this. You can practice that a few times. Just cross it and let it hit you. But make sure you're crossing under your arm. Do that a few times. And this is a great way to learn. Just hit yourself a lot. Get soft poi. And then when you do that, the other one goes over, and that one goes under. So you go under and under. And then you just keep trying, just watching what happens. And you'll probably hit yourself with the poi a lot. But after a while, you initiate here, and then it goes over and under, 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 over and under. To learn the forwards 3-beat weave behind you, that's the same. This is a... okay, we're going to get rid of the mask for a sec. Same, this is a backwards weave in front. A backwards weave in front is the same as a forwards weave behind. And notice the way I'm turning with the poi. Same idea. As you learn to do this, if you can see how I'm using my body, that will help you with behind the back weaves. Because if you can do that, it means the turning of your body is letting the move happen. So if I stand really still, I really need to use my flexibility to flex way over there. If I turn my body, my arms can relax a lot more. So that's it. Enjoy.